Hello everyone, welcome to Raising the Bar. I'm your host, Bola and Emmanuel. Raising the Bar is a motivational talk show that is geared towards inspiring and motivating people going through different challenges in life. It's also a platform where we discuss sensitive and controversial issues to better raise awareness in our community, our society at large. As you all know, it's Mother's Day. Yes, mothers, I celebrate you all. I appreciate you all because it's not easy. As mothers, we wear different hats. But this time around, I really want to push it a little further. Yes, Mother's Day is about celebrating mothers, the job we do. We are heroes. Also, I want us to talk about our struggles, our challenges. What are the things that affect us because we are mothers? I want us to rub minds together. I want us to raise the bar in discussing these issues together. Join me all as you listen to my conversation with a group of people. Let's raise the bar. This very episode, being the first one after a long while, I'm so excited because it's a new segment of Raising the Bar called The Couples Talk. Yay, I'm so excited about it. This session, which is a Couples Talk, we're going to really dig out issues. And especially this Mother's Day. Yes, I don't want to go through the traditional celebration of the work we do as mothers. I want us to look at it from a different perspective. I want us to dig deep into issues, challenges that we face as mothers. I want us to raise the bar together. And guess what? I have here with me Jens, which, as you all know, that's my husband. And I have here my able brotherly, AB, with his beautiful wife. Mama T, you look like a Barbie doll.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
So, we are here today to discuss what sets us back as mother. What are those issues that we face because we are mothers? And at first, I want Miss AB. I usually like to call him Mr. Abraham, maybe because he's a medical doctor or whatever, but I always like his concept. So I think I would like him to start first, When men and women separate from each other, when couples divorce, I think especially in our community, the women kind of find it very hard to move on in a sense that meets with another partner. They remain single for a very long time. Sometimes most of them don't even get married again. So what do you think are some of the issues that we should explore to help us raise awareness?
Yeah. Thank you so much, Bola, for the opportunity to turn what is usually laughing times and all that into a discussion like this to share our experiences. Several factors could be responsible. One of such factors, in my view, is cultural settings. You will find out that in this part of the world where we are now, first of all, divorce is not so much a big issue.
Yeah, of course.
It's so easy, in quotes, for couples who feel that things are not moving on well for them in the relationship. It's so easy for them to
go their separate ways. Okay.
But if you take it back to the place where we all originated from, which is Africa, where there's a lot of cultural attachment to marriage. Take the whole process of even marriage in itself. If you go back to, say, Nigeria, and you look at all the cultural attachment to the processes of getting married, how the man has to go through different stages, get to know the family. Eventually, the family gets to even, in some cultural settings, the family of the bride will even do some background investigation about the family where the man comes from.
Okay.
And eventually, on the day of the marriage itself, if you look at the ceremonies, you will see that the marriage is beyond the two people who are getting married.
Right.
It's like two families being brought together. So two people come together, but in the end, they actually unite two families. You'll find out that because of that level of what I would say deep-rootedness in the whole process of contracting the marriage, the woman finds it difficult to jettison all of that.
Because of shame.
Okay? And then move on.
So it means there's shaming involved.
Yes.
On the part of the woman.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I like that.
Secondly, the cultural setting too defines promiscuity in different ways. We come from a cultural background where it's okay for the man to frolic around.
But it's not okay for the woman.
But it's not okay for the woman.
That's number one issue.
Okay?
Yes.
So this same woman, not minding what the factors are that eventually led to the divorce.
Yeah.
It's actually at the end of the divorce process itself.
Yeah, or the separation.
That the shame, because of public perception, the way she's going to be seen. If the man, the very day the divorce takes place, if the man is seen with any other lady,
it's okay. It's fine.
Nobody's going to raise any eyebrow. But if the woman is seen with another man, the society where we come from is going to label that woman as being promiscuous.
In fact, so sorry to stop you right there. You see what he just said? That was exactly what happened in my own case, right? I remember, like, they used to tell my husband that, she has, no, my husband, before we got married, right? She has, why do you want to marry Bola? And he was like, I like her.
So that's your ex or your
No,
current husband?
my current husband,
Okay.
So then they told him that, why do you want to marry her? She has kids for different men. And my husband is like, I have kids from two women too. But they said, no, it doesn't matter. Yes. You are a man. Yes. And you know what's so funny about this, Mati, is that this condemnation actually came from women.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's another issue that we need to actually discuss. You find out that the people who are most critical of women are women themselves.
That's so true.
Wow.
Yes, that's the truth.
I think it comes from a place of jealousy too, because they don't have what
the woman has.
And then when we make the mistake of sharing, because marriage too doesn't mean that there's not going to be issues, because this is two people, different upbringing, coming together.
Yes.
So when they have issues, women like to vent. They come to people and they just talk and vent because something has just happened. But when a woman vents, she just wants to
a shoulder to cry on.
She just needs a shoulder to vent on, so she can't talk anyhow. But you see, women will. What the problem is that they take it out of context. That she's regretting, but no, that's not true. She's venting.
Yes,
because that's why they say you can actually come in between a couple or come into a relationship when people are having issues, because they will have issues. But at the end of the day, you see them the next evening laughing and everything, and you'll be angry
because that person is actually speaking from a deep emotion at that time.
At that time, all you need to do is listen, my friend. Listen, encourage. Advise, listen, encourage. They just need a shoulder to cry on, because at the end of the day, marriage is a beautiful thing, and I pray and I wish every woman to actually get a partner, and just actually experience the love and the joy of having somebody that is like a protector. But the thing is, women are coming from a very bitter place because of their past relationships. They've experienced different things, and then when they experience these things, it comes with kids. When it comes with kids in this part of the world where we are, we don't have help. We need childcare help. We need to raise kids. Some kids, when they go through puberty, is really tough. Thank God my husband came at the right time when my boys just turned 16. People didn't hear my voice because I got someone who just took charge of that situation. Because at the time I was working, I had an 8-year-old or 9-year-old boy at home that I have to go to work at night, and I needed the boys to be home to help me babysit. But they will tell me they are going somewhere, they will be home on time. I should come and pick them up somewhere, and I will get there. I will wait, and then I won't see them. Sometimes I will have to take the risk of leaving my 9-year-old at home.
You see, that's another issue right there. Kids. Like, for example, myself, when I, went through divorce, right, or separation from my ex, I knew something wasn't right. Then I was teaching in Toronto somewhere, Then I had another job also that I had to go after 3 o'clock, close at 6. But even though I was working, but I found out that I was not functioning. Yeah. I knew I was going. I knew something was wrong. But at the same time, I still need to provide for my kids because I have the kids. Do you understand? So I had to now call one of my friends. She's even upstairs now, Rosemary. I said, I will need you to look after my kids for some time because I want to just go away, And she said, okay, no problem. Let me know when you're ready.
You're lucky. Sorry,
you're lucky. When I was not ready, but my son now came and said, okay, mommy, don't worry. I will fill in that gap, right? But imagine, because I have a grown-up son, right? They're filling the gap. Even though my friend Rosemary said she would do it, but if she's not good, she told me she won't be able to because I stayed about 6 months away because I have that provision from my son to take care of. What about women that don't have
that's what I'm
such,
saying. So you had a friend who was going to be there for you. And then sometimes you can have a friend that will say, oh, you can go for 2 weeks, I will be there. But at the end of the day, 2 days before the time, they'll tell you, sorry, I can't do it anymore. Because I find that women don't like to carry their fellow women's body.
So which means we don't support each other. That's why the men are winning.
Well, I don't want to say the men are winning. When we talk about the men, relationship with men, having a relationship after the men or after the separation is different. We're talking about the issues that bothers women from moving on. They have kids. They have to first settle their home. Some women will just say, you know what, like my mom. I remember I don't remember. My father died when I was a year old. My mom just said she didn't want to get married again. She never got married. We never saw her with a man. We just focus on our children and church. Yeah. So some women are like that. They will just say, you know what, I'm not going to get married again. I don't want a relationship probably.
But don't you think like a cultural thing, AB had mentioned that sometimes it has to be with cultural influences?
Yes. I was going to come there to say that in addition to that, okay, I think that somehow, which is society now, society kind of influencing our thought processes. Okay, with all due respect to men, if you look at the dynamics of the home. A lot of the times, I don't have statistics to back this up, but my experience when I go into homes and all that, a lot of the times we have grown up to believe that the man should go out and fend for the family. Yeah. Okay. Correct. Yeah. Now, and so. Once he's playing that role, he feels that I'm doing it already. I'm doing so much, or I'm doing all I should do already. Okay? If you also look at the dynamics of the home, you will find out that the woman most of the times is the one who actually manages the home. She's the one who ensures that the children there's food in the house there's food to be eaten at each meal. What that meal will be. The children needs to go to school. What will be put in their packed for them to go to school and things like that. The woman goes into all the very little things. She dots the I's, crosses the T's and all that. Okay? Now, what does that do to the woman when there's a divorce? In a marriage where there were children, the woman automatically feels that heavy burden of ensuring that her children are well taken care of. So the man is free. He could just pick his clothes and walks out of the house. Okay? And then the woman is going to make sure that the children are taken care of, the children are well fed. Every responsibility she's been doing before, she makes sure she wants to keep that. In that process, she becomes very protective. I look at the woman and I see a woman, the average woman, becomes very, very cautious about who should come into the house. Right. And the reason is because she's fighting so hard to protect her children. She doesn't want a situation where there will be an external figure, in quote, that would take her attention away from her children that she needs to take care of. Yep. So you see her, she becomes secondary. The children become paramount. She's suffering there. She needs that support. She needs the emotional support from a man and all that, of course. And then physiologically, she needs to be loved as well.
In my own case, right? You know, you said about most of the time the woman is in care of the house. You know, in my own case, my ex-marriage, right? I was the one that wakes up 4 or 5 o'clock every day. I take my kids, I bathe them, I clothe them, I drop them off in school every day. Like I don't miss it, unless maybe I'm out of town, right? And if I'm in the office, I still come back home, pick the kids, and come back home. Now we are separated. How do you think she can survive all this?
Okay, but can I come in there?
Yeah.
Where
the kids are with her, like you know.
Okay, so now, like you said 2 things. You said when, like, if the man has the kids,
the custody of the kids,
custody of the kids. Like my own case now, like we have the custody of
the
kids.
Good.
You see, the thing is, when a woman cannot, it's not like the woman has not moved on. In that case, hold on. It's not like she has not moved on. She has moved on. But you see, having a boyfriend is different from having a husband.
That's what I'm saying.
So if you don't have the character or what a man is looking for,
you won't be married.
You won't be married.
Okay, that's what you are saying. That
no, but that's what it is.
Majority of their problem.
Behavior, character.
For a good man to leave you.
For a good man to leave you, or whatever.
Or for a man, like
for a man,
being good is subjective to interpretation.
Yes. For a man to get up in the morning,
exactly.
Like what I do. My wife was telling me that what killed her most in her ex relationship. She had to, get up on time.
Yeah, well, I was basically the man or the woman. I do the chores, I do the working, I do the everything.
Hold on a second for me, She has to, it takes her hours to match what they're going to put on to go to school. If she misses it a day before, she'll go crazy that morning. Most times they go to school late. But what do? In my own time, when I'm doing the laundry, I do the laundry.
Yeah.
When I'm doing the laundry on weekends, I match all the clothes when I finish the laundry. I match them and put in the drawer. So in the morning when I'm bathing the kids, I already know what they're going to put on. I don't know if you understand.
Because you're organized,
because you're a very organized person.
So let me come in here.
Yes.
Let me come in here.
So what is the separation?
Yes. So let me come in here. They say nature abhors vacuum. Okay?
That's
Nature abhors vacuum. And you can apply this to different situations. And you can explain this away with the scenarios we have put up. I'll share my own experience as well. Okay? I fought for my biological kids.
You see?
I fought for them all the way.
Because I think, sorry, Mr. Abraham, let me just cut you right there. I think that's another big issue. Because like you claim, they want to protect their children, they want to this. Who told you the man can't protect his children too? What gives women that automatic right over the children? Because we've seen many cases like that. The woman denies the man.
The automatic right is because they feel that, let me carry the baby.
What's wrong?
But that's
if I didn't give you the belly to carry, will you carry
it? But you see, the thing is this, every woman, like me, I was single at the time. I carried my kids.
But it's not right. Our African women want to take it.
Not because they want to take.
Let me make my
because of the kids.
Yes, let me make my point here. The point I'm trying to make is this. Okay, if in the upbringing of children, my experience so far has shown that, and even in any relationship, whether it's a friend that you have, same sex or different sex or whatever, even in the family setups where we all come from, okay, if you don't key into the emotional aspect of the other person, something will be missing in the bonding.
True.
Okay? Now, to what extent do you as a parent get involved in the development of that child? What is the personal relationship that you have as a parent with that child? Even though nature has bestowed, or whether it's society, I don't know who bestowed this now, but this is what a lot of us grew up to make. Even if nature or society or a combination of both factors or forces has bestowed a lot of these duties or responsibilities on mothers in the home,
Wow.
if you find a mother who fails to take up these duties and responsibilities, she's going to lose out. You will find out that the children will always be drawn towards the parent that has affected them emotionally.
Okay, so that's why women tend to.
So any woman in the circumstances in which we have painted, okay, which was my own situation, okay, in the circumstances in which we have the scenarios that we have been trying to paint, any woman who falls short of that, you're going to have, and the man then comes in and fills in that vacuum, because like I said, nature abhors vacuum. That man is going to have a very strong relationship with the children. And so if the children were to, if they were to be independently sought what their opinion is, for instance, and say, oh, okay, well, your parents are separated and or there's a divorce and all that, who do you want to go with? You will be shocked that such children will say, you know what, I want to go with daddy. The reason is because that strong emotional bond that should have been there between mother and children,
with the father,
somehow the woman relinquished that responsibility.
The man,
And the man has taken it up. So the man, in spite of the fact that he's busy, hustling, working so hard to bring in the funds, also creates the time. And let me tell you, the biggest mistake you will make is to underrate your children's ability to
choose,
perceive and make judgments. They see
everything.
They hear. They interpret everything that is going on.
Self-denial.
Self-denial. Like, okay, that was what Mama T was trying to cap on.
Not
right?
just self-denial too. If a man moves on after a divorce, if a man is free because a man does not have children, that's standard. The woman, even though the woman has children that she's protecting, she can move on too.
Yeah, of course.
But the thing is that you want to be sure with whom you are moving in.
Yes.
And then sorry, I know. I just want to finish tie this up.
Sorry, in Africa, where we are from, kids don't. When there's a divorce, the kids are always with the dad, not the mom.
So I'm going
that the kids want to. I mean, the mom want to take over.
So I'm going to come to that.
Where we are from,
I'm going to come to that. The customs.
Yeah,
the customs of our people.
Supports the
okay, the customs of our people is this. It's a male-driven society.
Yes.
The customs of our people is when you get married, everything that you own is actually for the man. Okay. That includes
things
the children.
Are changing.
No, that's the culture. Yeah. Even till today, Africa, the customary laws in Nigeria is still that.
Yeah.
So when there is a divorce, there is no contest as to who gets the children. It is only if automatically the custom gives the children to the man. The properties and all that of that marriage, they are to the man. Even if they were properties the woman bought and all that, they go to the man. Everything that was acquired, no. They go to the man. It is at the man's discretion. I'm even making reference to even customary laws in Nigeria. It's at the man's discretion. So it's only if the man says,
so what you are saying now is that women tend to have the children because they chose to keep the children.
So if the man, if it's back home in Africa, in Nigeria, okay, if the man says keep the children,
until he
take
says
care of the
that,
children,
okay, then now remember now that we keep if it happens in that context, right? Okay, now we have the children with us, right? And say, for example, I will direct this to my husband now. Like, you know, I had kids, right? Before you met me. And when you met me, the day we met, there were other young girls that were there, right? But you had always told me that you decided to come for me, right? You know, because you saw that, because after mistakes, you wanted a matured person, right? So now, the question to you now is, would that decision would have been very easy to make if you didn't have kids?